God is all powerful. Okay, Psalm says that he does whatever he wants. There's nothing that God cannot do. He is the only one that lays down the groundwork of how he operates. He reveals this to us through his word. That's how we know what God is doing, because he tells us what he is doing. So we live in this evil and perverse world full of all types of wickedness. And many people want to be saved from all of these things that this world has to offer. But we have to be saved the way that God has decreed that we be saved. God says that the gospel is the power of God unto salvation. That's what his word says. The way that God has decided to save mankind is through the gospel. That is where the power of salvation is, in the gospel, the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 15, 1-4, the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 7 says that Jesus is coming back to enact vengeance on those who don't obey the gospel. So how do you obey the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ? Romans chapter 6, you obey the death, burial, and resurrection in baptism. In baptism, you are buried with Christ. The old you is dead, and the new you rises out of the watery grave of baptism, and you live the united life with Christ. Christ is risen. Christ was risen, and you are risen. You are risen a new creation with a renewed mind given to you by the word of God. And you live life according to the word of God, according to Jesus's words. That is living the gospel. That's obeying the gospel. That is accepting God's power unto salvation. This is the way that God has decreed that he is going to save mankind, through the gospel. It's through the gospel. And the church, his true worshipers, those that worship him in spirit and in truth, those are the ones that have the truth. Those are the ones that have heard the true word of God, and they're the ones that are carrying out his will to continue preaching the gospel, because his desire is that all men be saved and come to the knowledge of the truth. If you want to learn more about the truth, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel.